Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today, that's right, it is Turbine Day with Extreme Reactors 2. So I hope you guys are ready. So today we are going to be working on our reactor. Some things are going to have to change. We're going to have to get a little bit more advanced into this mod to be able to produce more power. If we're going to be diving into mechanism at the moment, power is going to be one of the biggest things that we are going to run out of. It's going to be the biggest thing that we need, and we're going to need so much of it. So in that case, how do we upgrade this machine? How do we upgrade this right here? Well, at the moment, as I found out on stream, we cannot expand this any bigger than a 5x5. I just happened to get lucky and just make it a 5x5, and I didn't make it any bigger than that, because a 5x5 here, 5x5x5, is, I believe, the max size that we can go with basic casings. So what do I need to do? I basically need to take all these basic casings and I need to upgrade them to reinforced. And we have to do this even before we get into turbine power, which is kind of what I want to get into. By the way, you can see I put diamond in here. Honestly, between lead and diamonds, it only went up 100 RF per tick. It really doesn't change all that much. Lead is actually really good. So I can probably get rid, well, I actually need to leave the diamond because we're still going to make a 5x5 here. I'm still going to use a 5x5x5. However, what I want to do is upgrade all this stuff to reinforce, including these parts. Everything has to be upgraded to reinforce, including the power. Even the control rods have to be upgraded, I think. It looks like the fuel rod, everything has to be upgraded to the reinforced version. Now I think you can make it bigger with the reinforced version. Basically, we're just rebuilding this whole thing. I might as well just take all of these blocks and just completely move them. So let's take a look at what it's going to take to make reinforced. So we have regular casing, and then this is the reactor reinforced casing. Everything else, by the way, also needs to be upgraded to reinforced. So this right here will kind of help. And I just want to upgrade the base stuff. That's going to allow us to hopefully get water into this, get it turned into steam, and hopefully get steam sent to the turbine that we hopefully can make today. If I have enough cyanite to be able to do that. I hope. I don't know. If not, we're going to have to wait even longer to be able to produce the cyanite we need. So let's go ahead and see what this takes. By the way, it takes a lot of steel. So luckily we do have a bit of steel, so I'm not too concerned about that. But as you can see, we just ran out of graphite. I think we have a little bit of graphite essence that had been built up over time. Still, we're going to need probably more graphite than that. That is barely touching the amount of reactors casings we need. So that's going to mean a lot of coal is about to be automated. Like, we're going to have a lot of coal being smelted. So unfortunately, our casing, honestly, we can just take our old reactor, build it again, and utilize all of the components, because it doesn't look like we are going to be able to reuse any of the components from it. See, it's probably best just to keep getting our 3000 RF from that reactor. We're going to set that up, I guess, later, because we have to build an entirely new one. So that is going to contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 of the reinforced, no, I do not want to lose that. 15 of the reinforced fuel rods, which there's 2 recipes here. They are both identical. Can I make 15 of them? Hopefully. Okay, 15, and then we also need 5 of the reactor control rod reinforced. Perfect. It looks like I'm running out of the reactor casings, which is going to be interesting because we do need the solid fuel access ports, and I'm going to need 2 of these, as we discovered last time, and also need a reinforced power tap and a controller. So all of that has to be made here. So let's go ahead and build this bad boy and see what the power looks like. I don't know if it's going to be more or less. The book said something about it like producing less, but the ability for you to hook up turbines kind of makes up for that a little bit, I think. We'll find out. Let's see. Let's go ahead and close this top off. There's gonna need, we need to close off all of these sides. So that means more of the casings. More of those. I think that's enough. So yeah, we need to get one of these sides needs to be the controller. Kind of interested. Like I hope you guys are interested as well. I'm interested to see like how this actually works as far as it getting upgraded, because this is all new. This was not a thing with the old extreme reactors from what I remember. Okay, so this is now set. We'll set that to an output and place the chest. There's all the stuff inside. Looks all the same. And then we need a hopper. Not a gopper, a hopper. Place the hopper inside, and we should be good. Give it some fuel, some uranium. And let this thing go. All right, let's give it some uranium. I didn't put any diamond inside, so that's a thing. And then we have our plug that we can hook up to the power. I don't really know what the difference between the active and the passive power plugs are, but they are two different things. So if we kick this on, of course it has no power yet, or it isn't completely full, so it is going to increase in its power production as it starts to creep up here. Yeah, it's looking like it produces less or about the same. Let's kick this off. I'm going to put the diamond in there. We should be getting about 3.7 if it is the same. So just as I had mentioned, it is definitely less. This actually, with it upgrading, actually produces less power. And I think it kind of mentions that in the book here. It talks a little bit about the reinforced and how, it says right here, reinforced turbines pay, well, that's the turbines. Integrity, let's see. But it doesn't talk about this. Like, this is exactly the same setup. And it is producing almost, wow, it's producing like a lot less. I mean, compared to the other one, to the basic, for the materials required. So let's see if we can upgrade this, because we can't actually hook up a port. Let's see. I noticed this when we were working on this during the stream. I was seeing if we can get this set up. This is a reactor active fluid port. So if I was to turn this off and hook a fluid port to this, does that change? Okay, so we have fluid going in here now. So if I get an ender tank that holds water, which is how I have my water stuff set up, and I get a fluid cable or pipe, and we set this up, this should start producing steam. Like, that's the ultimate goal, so that way we can get the steam into the turbine. So coolant says 0 millibuckets. Casting heat will superheat coolant. Do I have to remove the stuff from the inside? Because that is not letting inlet mode. That is not letting water in there. Do I have to have this completely cleared out? I don't know. Like, that's... I'm trying to figure this out. It shouldn't matter. But let's go ahead and see. Let's put the casing back on. It may not be letting water in. I may be using the wrong port, because there's two different types of ports. There's this port, which is an active port. And yeah, that's not letting water in. Interesting. You know what? I wonder if it's that like pipe bug. I went ahead and made the passive one. I don't know if that matters, but there is a bug with the pipes that once the multi-block's formed, it doesn't work anymore. That does not seem to be. Oh, it's producing steam. It's off, but it is producing steam. Very little amounts of steam. So does it have to be a passive one? What's the difference in these two? I don't understand. So I am finding out the hard way. This is now working. Of course, this isn't even on, but it is working. This is now filling up with steam. So I have a buffer here. We have water and steam, and I don't know what. I guess nothing happens if it's completely full. But this is no longer producing power now. It is converting that into water vapor, which is fine. But we need this to power a turbine. That is where things are going to get a little bit different. We need to make those blocks. Let's see. honestly, it's probably not producing anything because I have this set. There we go. That should change all. Now that's at max heat. That's turning that into steam. Okay. We just need to get pipe upgrades into this and then make sure we use this. So let's get the turbine built. By the way, these have to be passive. The other ones aren't working. The other ones don't work. I don't know what the difference between those two are, but they have to be passive. So I'm going to keep the, I'm going to keep it in my head to use the passive even when we start building the turbine casings. Now, when making the turbine, make sure you don't accidentally make the mechanism one, because that is an entirely different turbine. It needs to be the extreme reactor one, which is going to require this, which I believe I should be able to use the basic to make a basic turbine. I need to actually see what the max size is on that. I'm hoping it's a 5x5 in the book. And unlike this reactor, this can actually be a 5x5x10, which is nice because it honestly has to be. Otherwise, it's not going to be like it'll be tiny if it works that way. So let's take a look at the book, and I want to see which direction does it have this facing? So the rotor, it has this going on the bottom and working its way up. So that's okay. That's not a big deal at all. So if we place this down, we need 5 of these going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, actually we need more shafts, don't we? 1, 2, 3, because 3 more of these are going to connect to the upper block here. And these are going to be surrounded, and these aren't going to have blades. These are going to be surrounded by like gold blocks or something like that. I think gold blocks probably be fine to use for this. We need like 3 rotations of gold blocks around this. This is going to be our coil. It doesn't show that, but it does say in the book that you do need a coil here. And this is basically what generates the power. So consider this like a copper coil, you know. I wonder if copper would be better than this. I don't know. It does say more expensive blocks technically are better. So these are expensive blocks to me. So I guess that works. And then we also need blades. So if we go into extreme again, we need these blades. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna need 20 blades. That should not be too bad. Good old 20 of these. And then this is going to definitely take a hit on our process there. And we place these blades down just like this all the way around. And there's a couple other things we're gonna need. Fluid input. I think the fluid, by the way, we're gonna have to have a fluid output as well. I think when the multi-block forms, this will look better. I know it looks really janky right now, but I think when the multi-block forms, it'll look better. So we're going to have, let's see, where's our fluid down here? Okay, so we have the fluid right there. You know, and honestly, we can just set this like so. One of them is going to be pulling out water. The other one is going to be changing the other thing. Not enough controller turbines. Okay. I don't know what that's meaning. All right, so we also need a way to get energy out of here. So we'll use this tap to get energy out. Same way, we're probably just going to move that one. And I think that's it. Does the turbine require a controller or anything? I don't think it does. These are the turbine. There's a energy charge port, redstone port, and then these 2 things, and then the energy power tap. Oh, it does have a controller. Ah. So yes, we do need the controller as well. So that's going to require blocks. And there we go. I think we're about to get a turbine power setup. I really hope this produces more power for what all it's worth. Like, all I have to do now is basically use this to get all the glass up. I am using turbine glass so that way we can see. And it should look really nice once we're done. I just noticed I made a huge mistake when building this. I was like, why is this not forming? Yeah, I made the wrong blades. These need to be 20 of the regular blades. And I hope I also didn't pull out reinforced shafts, right? Are these reinforced? No, these are basic. Okay. Whew! Because for a second I was like, wait, did I just completely destroy this whole thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why they weren't connecting. They looked all funky because they weren't. Wow. Yep, that's completely my fault. And then I'm going to put the ring back. All right, so when I complete that, it still didn't complete, so I feel like I did something wrong as well. If I open this up and I place it back down, it should tell me what blocks are wrong. Air is not a valid turbine exterior. Uh-oh. Am I missing something on the outside? Oh, no. See, this all could be avoided. There's one block missing. There we go. Now we have a completed multi-block. Oh, my goodness. What a mess. Okay, so we can vent coolant. Vent. Okay, so there's some interesting things we can do. Let's go ahead and get a cable or pipes. And we need to run these pipes up. One is going to be for steam. Honestly, we don't need this. We really could just run this directly up into this if we absolutely wanted to by bypassing the tanks. The coolant, however, that's a different story. We need to figure out what to do. This is going to be an outlet. The input. Let's go ahead and I guess we could just kick this off already. Kind of excited, actually. That's going to start putting steam into here. Nothing's happening because it's not on. We turn it on. You can see it converted to water instantly. Look how much we're generating. Nothing at all, right? So rotor speed is going to go up. Our coolant is going to go up. How do we vent? So can we vent coolant? Vent coolant. Vent only excess coolant. We just want to vent coolant altogether. Induction coils engaged. That's going to start creating power. So I guess we can like let this speed up if we wanted to. Now let's really start to get this thing going. The pipes mod. We need to make like 3 of these and upgrade them all like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, so now if we upgrade these bad boys, I know it's weird to have a buffer right here for steam. That's the thing. By the way, you can shift click to put these in automatically. That should get our water flowing nice. And now we have this running at max. That should get our vapor going at max. That should technically get this thing a-flowing. Look at that. Okay, rotor speed is definitely increasing. And then we can engage the coils once we get this up and rolling. I mean, eventually it will get to the right speed. This right here should be dumping. Vent only excess coolant. Vent coolant. Okay, it's a roll-in. Let's go ahead and activate our rotors. And see how much power we generate from this? I really hope it's... Oh my gosh. I mean, that may not be the best, like, coil. These coils may not be the best. Yeah, we're generating 2.61. Ouch. That is less than our other system. So yeah, it's even worse than I thought. I mean, maybe I'm just not doing this efficiently. Maybe there needs to be less vapor in the tank and so on and so forth. It's even worse than I thought. So if I upgrade the coils, maybe that'll be better. So I'm using an old list. I know I could probably dig through the code, but it's going to be probably very similar. It looks like platinum is up there on useful things, like it's right under titanium, and then you go into inderium and lutecrite and things like that that doesn't exist anymore technically. Let's see if I shut this off and I reset all of these and I use this. Hopefully we can generate a bit more power, because man, this is pitiful. And I'm basically wasting power when I could just build multiple generators instead of doing this. Oh, it hurts so bad. I mean, I guess you could have multiple turbines, but even then it's like, man, the investment in the amount of stuff, that's where the power starts to get you, is the investment in all the resources to be able to get the power. Okay, let's try this. Let's hope it's a bit better. We can turn off the coil, let it build up some speed. and then I'll activate it. Okay, so I can't really tell. It does seem like the RPMs are going down, but the power is going up. But it's hovering a lot better. This is a lot better. It's about 5,000 RF, and it keeps going up even though the RPMs are going down. But how much? How much is it gonna stop here? That seems, I mean, right now we're averaging about 5,000, but if I left this for a while, it depends on how slow the rotor speed drops to. If it stays around 900, that'll be fine. But yeah, rotor performance is best at 900 or 1800 RPM. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna see if maybe it's a bottleneck because of our cables. So I'm gonna put the ultimate pipe upgrade in here, and we're gonna see if that changes the flow rate and gets this thing at maximum. I don't know. Is this able to pull out? I mean, I'm hoping. The water seems to be somewhat keeping up. This has grinded basically to a halt. I am kind of confused. It's going up now that we have this going a little bit faster, so maybe it now can get to that point, but I know the more steam we give it, the faster this is going to be able to run. Okay, I think that definitely helped. Okay, so we are now generating 4,000 RF per tick, which, and it keeps going up. So hopefully it'll hover around that 9 mark, because we are now matching the input rate of steam. So we are definitely now matching that at range. So hopefully this will keep going up, and then this will definitely be worth it for the power, because this is definitely producing a significantly more power than the regular reactor was. So I can definitely say that we are generating about 5,000 RF per tick. That is roughly the rate at which this is flowing at the setup, and we're at about a 51.2% efficiency, and that is mostly to blame via not having enough blades and us being limited to a 5x5 with the basic casing. But it is all right, and I almost wonder if I was to remove a section of the coils and added blades, would we generate more power? I mean, I could test it. Yeah, so what I'm drawing from my test is it's actually worse. Our power is going down the faster this goes. What a weird thing. That's very weird, but yeah, that's the case. So where we were getting 5,000 just from having 3 coils is definitely the way to go. This setup is definitely not. So with all of that, I hope you guys learned something. I definitely learned something. I've never really messed around with the turbine sort of stuff. So it's definitely a lot to learn, but I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to go to Lars In. Thank you so much for your amazing support over on Patreon, going above and beyond to support this channel and the videos that I make. Guys, if you're interested in becoming a Patreon and supporting the videos I make, I recommend checking out the link down in the description below. Also down there, if you do become a Patreon, you can find the world downloads from the previous 10 and episode 20 down there. So, and also while you're down there, be sure to join the Discord and also check out my Twitch. You can go ahead and follow me over there so you guys can get a notification when I do go live, so you don't miss that, as we do play around. As you can see by the minions behind me, we do kind of mess around over there on Twitch. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Of course, if you did, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. And of course, I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.